Would you buy an SUV that looks great but hides costly secrets? Some are traps in disguise. 2025 will see SUVs that promise everything but deliver nothing. From unreliable engines to overpriced repairs, these 9 vehicles are best left on the lot. We're breaking down exactly why they're bad news. So which SUVs fail where it counts? What makes these vehicles such poor choices? And how can you avoid the pitfalls? Watch closely. This list could save you from a financial headache. The 2020 Dodge Journey. A mid-size sports utility vehicle with a reputation for being a relic of the past, the Dodge Journey is a vehicle to avoid. While it might appear to be a budget-friendly option, this model is plagued by serious issues that overshadow any initial appeal. Its outdated features, poor performance, and lack of modern safety enhancements make it a contender for one of the worst vehicles you could choose in 2025. The Dodge Journey's biggest flaw lies in its outdated 4-speed automatic transmission, a relic in an era where most competitors offer 8 or 10-speed alternatives. This antiquated system struggles to deliver smooth gear changes, resulting in jerky acceleration and frustrating delays. The transmission's inefficiency is amplified by the vehicle's 2.4-liter inline-4 engine, which produces a modest 173 horsepower. While these specifications might seem sufficient for a smaller vehicle, the Dodge Journey's nearly 4,000-pound weight makes it feel sluggish and underpowered, especially when climbing hills or merging onto highways. This lack of power leaves drivers with little confidence behind the wheel, particularly in situations that demand responsive acceleration. Inside, the Dodge Journey continues to disappoint. The interior is dominated by cheap, hard plastics that give the cabin a dated and low-quality feel. While the touchscreen infotainment system is surprisingly responsive and easy to use, it stands out as one of the few redeeming features in an otherwise uninspired cabin. Seats lack adequate support, making long journeys uncomfortable for both the driver and passengers. Additionally, the cabin lacks proper insulation, allowing significant road noise to intrude, further diminishing the driving experience. Families looking for a quiet and comfortable ride will find the Journey's interior to be a letdown. Safety is another major concern. While competitors include advanced safety features as standard, the Dodge Journey falls far behind. Essential technologies such as lane keeping assistance, adaptive cruise control, and automatic emergency braking are absent, even in higher trims. Instead, the vehicle offers only a rear-view camera and parking sensors as standard, which are barely sufficient for a vehicle marketed as family-friendly. This lack of safety technology is particularly alarming in a vehicle designed to transport loved ones, making the Journey a risky choice. Fuel efficiency is equally unimpressive, with ratings of 19 miles per gallon in the city and 25 miles per gallon on the highway. The Dodge Journey is neither economical nor environmental friendly. For buyers looking to save on fuel costs, this vehicle falls far short of expectations. The high fuel consumption combined with outdated technology makes ownership more expensive in the long term, negating any initial savings from its lower purchase price. The Dodge Journey represents a missed opportunity to deliver an affordable yet competitive mid-size sports utility vehicle. Instead of standing out, it lags behind the competition in almost every category, leaving potential buyers with a vehicle that feels out of touch with modern standards. But if you think the Journey is a letdown, wait until you hear about our next disappointing model, the 2020 Fiat 500X. At first glance, the Fiat 500X seems like a budget-friendly choice, but dig deeper, and you'll uncover a disaster in the making. This compact sports utility vehicle combines flashy design with underwhelming performance and a host of reliability issues, making it a risky choice for any buyer in 2025. The Fiat 500X is powered by a 1.3-liter turbocharged engine that produces 177 horsepower and 210 pound-feet of torque. While these numbers might sound promising on paper, the engine's performance tells a different story. The constant buzzing noise it emits is not only annoying, but also indicative of a lack of refinement. Paired with a 9-speed automatic transmission, the driving experience is far from smooth. The transmission struggles to deliver power efficiently, hesitating during shifts, especially when merging onto highways or accelerating at higher speeds. Even the inclusion of paddle shifters in the sport model fails to enhance the overall performance, leaving drivers feeling frustrated. The interior of the Fiat 500X is equally problematic. Despite its compact size, the vehicle's design sacrifices practicality. The rear seating area is cramped, offering limited legroom for passengers, while the cargo space is insufficient for those with active lifestyles or larger families. Additionally, the stiff suspension amplifies every bump in the road, turning turning long drives into uncomfortable experiences. Although the exterior design might catch your eye with its sleek and modern look, the interior fails to deliver the same appeal. Cheap materials dominate the cabin, giving it an uninspired and low-quality feel. Reliability is where the Fiat 500X truly falters. Numerous owners have reported recurring issues with key components. Problems with the catalytic converter and excessive oil consumption are common, often leading to costly repairs within just a few years of ownership. Electrical systems are another weak point, with malfunctions in sensors and other components being frequently reported. To make matters worse, Fiat's customer service has been described by many as inefficient and unhelpful, leaving owners to deal with these problems on their own. Fuel efficiency is yet another disappointment. With ratings of 24 miles per gallon in the city and 30 miles per gallon on the highway, the Fiat 500X fails to offer the cost savings one might expect from a compact sports utility vehicle. For drivers who prioritize economical performance, this vehicle is far from ideal. While the Fiat 500X might initially attract buyers with its compact size and stylish exterior, the reality of ownership is riddled with frustrations. Frequent breakdowns, poor interior quality, and lackluster performance make it a poor investment. And if the Fiat 500X isn't enough to make you think twice, the next sports utility vehicle on our list will certainly do the trick. The 2020 Mitsubishi Outlander Sport. The Outlander Sport tries to impress, but ends up missing the mark completely. While Mitsubishi markets this compact sports utility vehicle as a value-packed option, its glaring flaws make it one of the most disappointing vehicles available in 2025. Under the hood, the Outlander Sport features a 2.0-liter inline-4 engine that generates 148 horsepower and 145 pound-feet of torque. While this might seem adequate for a compact vehicle, the engine delivers sluggish acceleration, particularly when paired with the continuously variable transmission. Pressing the accelerator produces more noise than action, leaving drivers unimpressed by the lack of responsiveness. Even with the optional all-wheel drive system, the Outlander Sport fails to provide the kind of driving experience buyers expect from modern sports utility vehicles. The steering is also uninspiring, offering limited feedback and making the overall driving experience feel disconnected. Inside, the Outlander Sport reveals its cost-cutting measures. The cabin is filled with hard plastics and an uninspired design that feels dated. The seats offer minimal support, making long drives uncomfortable for passengers. Furthermore, the stiff suspension amplifies road imperfections, creating an unpleasant ride on uneven surfaces. Wind and road noise also seep into the cabin, further diminishing ride quality. The vehicle's infotainment system is one of its few redeeming features. While it is intuitive and easy to use, it cannot compensate for the otherwise underwhelming interior. Even this system feels basic compared to more advanced offerings from competitors, lacking features like wireless smartphone integration. But practicality is another area where the Outlander Sport falls short. The vehicle offers just 49.5 cubic feet of cargo space with the rear seats folded down, which is significantly less than competitors in the same segment. This limited capacity makes the Outlander Sport an impractical choice for buyers who need extra room for luggage, groceries, or sports equipment. Additionally, the rear seats themselves are cramped with limited legroom and headroom for passengers, making the vehicle less suitable for families or long-distance travel. Safety is a major concern. Features such as lane departure warning, forward collision mitigation, and adaptive cruise control are available but come at an additional cost. Most rivals in the same class offer these features as standard, making the Outlander Sport feel outdated and less competitive. Crash test ratings for this model are also less favorable than some competitors, raising questions about its overall safety in real-world scenarios. Fuel efficiency is slightly better than some competitors, but still uninspiring. With ratings of 24 miles per gallon in the city and 30 miles per gallon on the highway, the Outlander Sport offers only marginal savings for daily commuters. Combined with its small fuel tank, the range is limited, meaning more frequent stops at the gas station. The Mitsubishi Outlander Sport fails to deliver on its promises of value, practicality, and performance. With its lack of refinement, limited safety features, and dated design, this compact sports utility vehicle leaves much to be desired. But the Outlander Sport isn't the only sports utility vehicle struggling to meet expectations. The next one might be even worse. The 2024 Volkswagen Taos. The Volkswagen Taos might look promising, but it is filled with compromises you cannot ignore. For a brand known for delivering stylish, innovative vehicles, this compact sports utility vehicle fails to meet expectations in almost every category. On the surface, the Taos may catch your eye with its wide front grille and chrome accents, but step back, and the design quickly loses its appeal. Its side profile is unremarkable, and the small rear lights seem like an afterthought. The base model's 17-inch wheels only emphasize its lack of personality, and even the slightly larger wheels on the all-wheel drive versions fail to elevate its visual appeal. Inside, the Volkswagen Taos continues to disappoint. The cabin, while neatly arranged, feels dated and uninspired. A 6.5-inch touchscreen dominates the dashboard in the base model, but looks disproportionate and underwhelming compared to the optional 8-inch screen available in higher trims. The interior materials are far from premium, with hard plastics and a lack of refinement that might make you forget you are in a vehicle from a renowned European brand. The Taos struggles to offer any modern features that would make it stand out in its segment. Performance is another area where the Volkswagen Taos falls short. Equipped with a 1.5-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, it generates 158 horsepower. While this might sound adequate on paper, real-world performance tells a different story. Acceleration is sluggish, and the engine struggles to provide the responsiveness drivers expect in a modern compact sports utility vehicle. The 8-speed automatic transmission in the front-wheel drive models feels clunky, especially at low speeds, while the 7-speed dual-clutch automatic transmission in the all-wheel drive versions offers marginally better performance but still fails to impress. Handling is uninspiring, and the ride quality leaves much to be desired, with noticeable vibrations and road noise permeating the cabin. The Volkswagen Taos tries to position itself as an affordable option in its class, but even the lower price tag cannot compensate for its numerous shortcomings. From a lackluster design and poor interior quality to subpar performance and an absence of standout features, this vehicle leaves potential buyers asking, where did Volkswagen go wrong? If you thought the Volkswagen Taos was underwhelming, just wait until we take a closer look at the next contender, a subcompact sports utility vehicle that promises value but delivers headaches instead. The 2020 Ford Ecosport. Compact in size, but the Ford Ecosport is packed with disappointments. For drivers seeking an entry-level subcompact sports utility vehicle, the Ecosport initially seems like an appealing choice, offering a low starting price and a small footprint ideal for urban environments. However, what lies beneath is a series of compromises that make it a regrettable purchase for many. The Ford Ecosport is powered by a 1-liter turbocharged 3-cylinder engine, producing a meager 123 horsepower. This engine, paired with a 6-speed automatic transmission, struggles to propel the vehicle's over 3,000-pound weight. The result is sluggish acceleration that leaves drivers frustrated, especially when merging onto highways or overtaking slower traffic. Even the Sport mode, which is intended to add some excitement to the driving experience, feels more like a gimmick than a meaningful performance enhancement. Inside the cabin, the story does not get much better. While the infotainment system is intuitive and includes a standard wireless internet hotspot, the interior materials are dominated by hard plastics that give the cabin a cheap and uninviting feel. Passenger comfort is minimal, especially for those seated in the rear. Legroom is cramped, and the seats lack sufficient cushioning for long journeys. The Ecosport's cargo capacity also falls below the segment average, further diminishing its practicality. Safety features, or the lack thereof, are another major concern with the Ford Ecosport. While higher trims include conveniences like blind spot monitoring and rear cross traffic alert, essential features such as automatic emergency braking and lane departure warning are notably absent in the base model. These omissions put the Ecosport at a significant disadvantage, especially when compared to competitors that offer such features as standard. The Ford Ecosport tries to present itself as a practical and economical option, but its weak engine, uninspired interior, and lack of modern safety technology make it a tough sell in today's competitive market. If you think the Ecosport's shortcomings are frustrating, stay tuned. Our next vehicle is a model that is all show and no substance, leaving buyers scratching their heads. The 2019 Toyota CHR. It might have quirky looks, but the Toyota CHR is a subcompact sports utility vehicle that does not deliver where it matters. For those drawn to its unconventional design, the CHR might seem like a bold choice, but its performance and practicality tell a completely different story. Under the hood, the Toyota CHR is powered by a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine that produces 144 horsepower and 139 pound-feet of torque. Paired with a continuously variable transmission, the CHR's acceleration is best described as underwhelming. Going from 0 to 60 miles per hour feels more like a task than a thrill, and the droning noise of the continuously variable transmission only amplifies the disappointment, especially on long drives. The interior of the Toyota CHR also fails to impress. While the front seats are relatively comfortable, the rear seats are cramped and offer little legroom, making it a poor choice for taller passengers or families. Small side windows further reduce visibility and create a sense of confinement for those seated in the back. Cargo space is another significant drawback. With limited room compared to competitors, the CHR struggles to accommodate luggage, groceries, or larger items, making it less practical for everyday use. When it comes to features, the Toyota CHR leaves much to be desired. The base trim lacks essentials like a built-in navigation system, which must be purchased as an add-on. Additionally, the absence of a spare tire or even a repair kit could become a major inconvenience in emergencies. While the CHR does come equipped with advanced safety technologies such as adaptive cruise control and automatic emergency braking, these strong points are not enough to compensate for its evident shortcomings. The Toyota CHR is a vehicle that prioritizes style over substance, leaving buyers disappointed in the areas that matter most. But the CHR is not the only Toyota sports utility vehicle to make this list. Wait until you see what is coming up next. The 2020 Toyota Sequoia. Powerful on the outside, but the Toyota Sequoia is more trouble than it's worth. This full-size sports utility vehicle might look rugged and appealing at first glance, boasting an imposing design and a muscular engine. Beneath this bold exterior, however, lies a series of issues that make owning the Toyota Sequoia a costly and frustrating experience. Starting with its outdated 6-speed automatic transmission, this component pales in comparison to the 8-speed and 10-speed systems found in many of its competitors. The result is a driving experience that feels clunky and inefficient, with sluggish gear changes that fail to inspire confidence on the road. One of the Sequoia's most glaring issues is its abysmal fuel economy, offering a mere 13 miles per gallon in the city and 17 miles per gallon on the highway. This vehicle becomes a financial nightmare in an era of skyrocketing fuel prices. For a vehicle marketed as versatile and capable, this shortfall significantly limits its practicality, especially for long road trips or heavy-duty towing. Moving to the interior, the Sequoia's spacious cabin seems impressive at first glance, with seating for up to 8 passengers. However, the third-row seats reveal a significant drawback. They are cramped and uncomfortable, particularly for adults. Unlike many competitors, the third-row seats do not fold flat, further diminishing the vehicle's utility as a cargo hauler. The interior materials, dominated by hard plastics and outdated design elements, make the cabin feel cheap and uninspired, falling far short of the premium experience promised by its exterior. The Sequoia also struggles with handling and suspension. Its heavy build makes urban driving and navigating tight spaces cumbersome. On uneven roads, the stiff rear suspension leads to a bumpy ride, particularly for rear passengers. Road noise, often louder than expected in a vehicle of this size, further detracts from overall comfort. Even features like front seat fans, which are noticeably noisy, contribute to a general lack of refinement. When it comes to towing, an area where the Sequoia is supposed to excel, it underwhelms with towing capacities that fall below its peers in the full-size sports utility vehicle category. For buyers seeking a robust vehicle capable of handling heavy loads, this is a significant disappointment. Adding to the frustration, the Sequoia's projected ownership costs are high, with expensive maintenance and repair requirements over time. And now, let's talk about a compact sports utility vehicle that has been frustrating owners for years. The 2019 Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross. A compact sports utility vehicle with an attractive price, but the Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross has problems that make it a buyer's regret. Initially, the Eclipse Cross might catch your attention with its sleek design and promises of affordability, but once you get behind the wheel, it quickly becomes apparent why this vehicle has earned a spot on this list. The core issue lies in its unresponsive, continuously variable transmission. Unlike traditional transmissions, this one feels sluggish and imprecise, particularly when you need immediate power, such as merging onto highways or overtaking. Paired with the vehicle's 1.5-liter turbocharged engine, which produces 152 horsepower, the driving experience is noisy and strained, especially at higher speeds. Ride quality is another major flaw. The suspension transmits every bump and imperfection in the road directly to the cabin, creating an uncomfortable and noisy experience for passengers. The vibrations become particularly pronounced on paved highways, where you would expect a smoother ride. Combined with its low reliability scores, the Eclipse Cross quickly loses its appeal as a long-term investment. Although the Eclipse Cross offers relatively spacious seating for its class, its cargo space is a significant letdown. With only 341 liters of trunk space, it falls far short of what competitors in the segment provide. Even with the rear seats folded down, the total cargo capacity barely expands to 448 liters, making it impractical for families or anyone needing extra storage for travel or hobbies. Inside the cabin, the Eclipse Cross continues to disappoint. Mitsubishi attempted to modernize the interior with a touchscreen infotainment system, but the lack of physical controls makes it cumbersome and frustrating to use, particularly while driving. The low-quality materials, including a steering wheel wrapped in cheap leather, detract from any sense of sophistication or comfort. Rear passengers fare no better, as the seats lack adequate support, turning longer journeys into a test of endurance. For many owners, the frustration begins early. Reports of transmission issues, jerking during acceleration, and a lack of resolution even after multiple service visits are common. Some vehicles have been known to lose the ability to move entirely in drive or reverse, a catastrophic failure that no driver should have to experience. Finally, we arrive at the worst offender on our list, a vehicle that redefines poor value. The 2020 Fiat 500L. Topping the list is the Fiat 500L, a vehicle so flawed it's hard to understand why anyone would buy it. While its quirky design might appeal to some, the Fiat 500L is riddled with issues that outweigh any potential charm. From its awkward proportions to its lackluster performance, this subcompact hatchback has been criticized for being more trouble than it's worth. Its 1.4-liter turbocharged engine, which produces 160 horsepower, struggles to deliver adequate performance. Paired with a sluggish 6-speed automatic transmission, acceleration feels labored and unrefined, particularly on highways. The driving experience is further marred by the vehicle's poor suspension system. Trips over uneven roads are uncomfortable due to excessive body roll and stiffness. The transmission also suffers from noticeable lag, making gear changes slow and awkward. Fuel economy, a critical factor for small vehicles, is underwhelming, with the 500L offering an average of 22 miles per gallon in the city and 30 miles per gallon on the highway. This inefficiency places it behind many of its competitors in the same class. The interior does little to redeem the vehicle. While the cabin is bright and offers good visibility, the design is basic and the materials are cheap. Hard plastics dominate the interior and the seats are firm, providing minimal comfort for longer drives. Storage options are limited, with a small glove compartment and inadequate cargo space, further diminishing the vehicle's practicality. In terms of safety and technology, the 500L falls significantly short. Standard features include a rear-view camera and optional parking sensors, but it lacks advanced safety technologies such as blind spot monitoring, adaptive cruise control, and automatic emergency braking. In a market where such features are increasingly expected, this omission is glaring. The reliability of the 500L has also been called into question. Owners frequently report issues such as overheating transmissions, engine problems, and electronic malfunctions. Customer service from Fiat has been described as unhelpful, leaving many drivers stranded with unresolved issues. And there you have it, 9 sports utility vehicles that are better left off your shopping list for 2025. From outdated designs to unreliable performance, these vehicles prove that not every deal is worth the price. Now we want to hear from you. Do you agree with our list? Have you ever owned one of these vehicles, or is there another SUV you think deserves to be here? Share your thoughts, experiences, and recommendations in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more no-nonsense car reviews and buyer tips. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.